Welcome to the World Theater at California State University, Monterey Bay. Please take this time to turn off your cell phones and other electronic devices. As a courtesy to other audience members and for the safety of those on stage, there's no photography or recording allowed during this presentation. And please, no texting. In case of emergency, please follow the directions from our staff. There are exits located at the left, right, and rear of the auditorium. Thank you for coming to the World Theater. Enjoy the presentation.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us here today. I am Michael Scott, Chair of the Academic Senate. It is my pleasure to begin this ceremony and be the first to welcome you back to the 2018-19 academic year. A lot has happened since the last year's Day of Welcome. At that time, we were just starting to understand the implications of EO 1110, and the revised version of EO 1100 had not been publicly issued yet. I cannot overstate the impact these executive orders have had and continue to have on our campus community. They've been all-consuming tasks. I want to acknowledge all the faculty, staff, and administrators who've worked countless hours in response to these executive orders. As a result of Executive Order EO 1110, starting this year, CSUMB will no longer require students to take remediation courses. Instead, all first-year students will be able to directly enroll in writing and mathematics courses and choose the support they need using our new directed self-placement program. EO 1100 mandated we change our general education program from a 4-unit to 3-unit curricular model. In an intense effort across the campus, the Academic Senate approved a new curricular model last April. Many faculty have spent the summer working on our new curriculum, and additional work continues this fall, so we will be ready for implementation next year. At this time, I would also like to publicly acknowledge President Ochoa and Provost Irwin as shared governance partners in this process. The President and Provost supported faculty as we took the lead in restructuring our curriculum. The Provost's office has been especially helpful in providing any assistance and resources by the Academic Senate to get this work done. As we begin this year, I'm starting to see these challenges evolve into opportunities to have a more integrative, equitable, and rigorous curriculum that continues to build student success while remaining distinctive to CSUMB. This has not been easy, but we should be proud of the immense progress we have made in such a short time, while recognizing the many challenges that continue to lie ahead. So let's get started. It is my pleasure to introduce our Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Bonnie Irwin. Bonnie has served as our Provost since 2014. Not yet. She and other members of her team in academic affairs have been effective partners working closely with faculty to improve student retention and academic effectiveness. As we deal with the range of issues to come, the implementation of the executive orders, moving through the WASC accreditation, and updating our strategic plan, I look forward to our continued collaboration. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Bonnie Irwin.
Again. Thank you, Michael. I would like to begin by also thanking all of you for being here today. While our campus tends to be a bit more quiet over the summer, except of course for all the construction that's been going on, I know many of you have been engaged in the curriculum revision as well as research and professional development activities since we celebrated commencement. While summer is a great time to get all the work done that you might not have time to do during an academic year, I hope you had a chance to fit in a few adventures and some rest and relaxation as well. William Burroughs once said, "Your mind will answer most questions if you learn to relax and wait for an answer." Of course, as we all know, relaxing and waiting usually are not options during the academic year. So I hope you had time to answer at least a few of your questions over the summer, because I am sure you'll be faced with plenty more as the students return to campus and the work begins again. The Day of Welcome is a great opportunity for us to come together and prepare for the year ahead. We welcome new colleagues, catch up with old friends, and recognize the important role that each of us plays in promoting the success of our students. As provost, I have the opportunity to review the applications and nominations of graduating seniors who we recognize for individual awards at Honors Day and Commencement. Invariably, these outstanding students single out a few faculty or staff members who have been instrumental in helping them make it through the rough places, find their direction, and accomplish amazing things. Last May, we had a record 2,321 candidates for graduation. Absolutely. And when you think about it, that is 2,321 individual success stories in which many of you have played a part. So congratulations to you for that. The pride you show in your work, your willingness to go the extra mile for our students, all of that is what makes Cal State Monterey Bay a great place to learn and to work. Now, I would like to recognize those faculty members who earned tenure and promotion in the last academic year. Tenure and promotion are very significant accomplishments that represent the culmination of years of consistent performance in critical areas. Here at CSU Monterey Bay, we have 4 areas in which faculty are evaluated for tenure and promotion. First, their scholarship in the area of teaching and learning. Second, their scholarship in the area of discovery, creation, and integration of knowledge. Third, their scholarship in the area of professional application, an area somewhat unique to CSUMB, how they apply their work beyond the university community. And fourth, their contributions to university service. If I can have the house lights come up, because I think a few of these folks are here. Ooh, excellent. This year we had 6 faculty members who were promoted to full professors. And when I call your name, if you are here, wave or stand. Dr. Deb Busman, School of Humanities and Communication. Ms. Jackie Grallo, Library. Ms. Kathleen Hansen, Library. Dr. Didi Perez Granados, Liberal Studies. Dr. Trish Sevene, Kinesiology Department. She had sent me a note that she could not be here today. Dr. Scott Waltz, Liberal Studies Department. In addition, the following 2 faculty members received tenure and were promoted to associate professor or librarian. Dr. Sam Robinson, School of Humanities and Communication. And Ms. Angelica Muro, Visual and Public Art. We would also like to recognize individuals who are in their first year of employment at the university. They have received special name tags, and I hope you will all take the opportunity to make them feel at home here at CSUMB. Are any of our new employees here today? Raise your hand, wave, yay. All right. Thank you. I would now like to introduce our main speaker for the morning, our president, Dr. Eduardo Ochoa. Earlier this year, Eduardo was honored at the Human Excellence Award Conference at Harvard University for his leadership in helping CSUMB become a catalyst for cultural and economic development in the Central Coast region. Throughout his tenure as president, he has closely aligned his efforts with the university's history of community service. He is a strong supporter of initiatives that enhance student success while maintaining our university's focus on providing a rigorous academic experience. Please join me in welcoming President Eduardo Ochoa.
Good morning. Thank you, Bonnie. I would like to add my congratulations to those faculty members who have achieved tenure, and my welcome to all our faculty and staff. Thank you all for coming. Before I begin my formal remarks, I would like to introduce members of the extended cabinet. These are the folks who provide me with advice and counsel and who collectively support every part of the university. Please stand as I call your names. You have already met Dr. Bonnie Irwin, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Ronnie Higgs, Vice President, Student Affairs and Enrollment Services. Mr. Kevin Saunders, VP for Administration and Finance and Executive Director of the Corporation. Ms. Barbara Zappas, VP for University Development. Dr. Brian Corpening, Associate Vice President, Inclusive Excellence and Chief Diversity Officer. She's joining us now. Mr. Andre Lewis, Associate Vice President for University Affairs. Ms. Natalie King, Associate Vice President for University Personnel. Dr. Andrew Lawson, Dean of the College of Science. Dr. Eileen Feynman, Dean of the College of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences. Dr. Shyam Kamath, Dean of the College of Business. Dr. Jose Luis Alvarado, Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Britt Rios Ellis, Dean of the College of Health Sciences and Human Services. Dr. Frank Bojic, Dean of the Library. Dr. Fran Horvath, AVP for Academic Planning and Institutional Effectiveness. Dr. Chris Roney, AVP for Academic Programs and Dean of University College and Graduate Studies. The longest title in the whole extended cabinet. Dr. Leslie Williams, Associate Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. Dr. Michael Scott, who you've met earlier, Chair of the Academic Senate. Mr. Kirby Gary, Athletic Director. Dr. Chip Leno, Chief Information Officer. Ms. April Lee, Executive Assistant to the President. Mr. Earl Lawson, Chief of Police. Mr. Greg Poole, Director of Communications and Marketing. Ms. Kathleen Ventimiglia, Director for Campus Planning and Development. Ms. Wendy Smith, Title IX Coordinator and DHR Prevention Administrator. And Dr. Lauren Samuel, Senior Advisor to the President. It's very nice of you to individually applaud each one of them, but let's give them all a round of applause now. I would also like to introduce the executive officers of this year's Associated Students Organization. President of AS, Jared Reyes. Executive Vice President, Ana Gonzalez. Vice President of University Affairs, Jennifer Costa. Vice President of External Affairs, Melissa Arellano. Chair of the Interclub Council, Noah Wallet. Chair of the Sports Club Council, Justin Johnson. Thank you all. I've always been impressed by the quality of student leadership here at CSUMB, and I look forward to working with you all this academic year. Thank you for your commitment to our students and our university. And I guess last but not least, I would like to thank my wife and lifelong partner, Holly Byers Ochoa, who's also here today. And I would like to add my welcome to all of you who are attending today's event. I want to extend special greetings to all of our new colleagues in the audience. As the economy both in California and nationwide has improved in recent years, we know that job seekers have more options as they plan their careers. We are pleased and proud that you have chosen Cal State Monterey Bay as a place where you feel you can make a difference. I think you've made the right decision. We are committed to building a supportive and collaborative workplace where each of our colleagues can achieve his or her potential. And our remarkable students also do their parts to make this a fun and interesting place to work. I encourage all of our first-year employees to stick around for a few minutes after today's event to take a group photo to commemorate your first day of welcome, your first of many, I hope. Today's event gives us an opportunity to look back at the year since we gathered here last August and to look ahead to the academic year that will start in just a few days. Of course, we all have our personal recollections of the past academic year. One that stays in my mind is the last time we had a similar gathering of our faculty and staff, our November retreat to discuss our founding vision statement and our path forward as a university. At that event, it was clear that the people who work at CSUMB feel passionately about this place, our future, and the students that we serve. Speaker after speaker discussed their belief in our vision and their ideas about how we can make that vision even more relevant in today's contentious era. Many of the speakers were particularly concerned about the status of our DACA students, who are truly many of our best and brightest. Without question, CSUMB, both as an institution and as a university community, strongly supports those students in their effort to earn an education and build a better life. Throughout our vision retreat, it was clear that our shared commitment to the basic tenets of our founding vision statement remains unshakable, as does our belief in the power of education to help people build better lives. A similar spirit was apparent in another ongoing discussion that lasted through much of the 2017-18 academic year, and that was the discussion over the implementation of CSU Executive Orders 1100 and 1110. Those discussions were sometimes heated and emotional. Many ideas and strategies were shared, examined, and re-examined. In the end, a consensus emerged on the best way to move forward. At a time when civility and consensus is hard to find in most of our political processes and our culture at large, your ability to work with one another is worth noting and applauding. I don't think it would have been possible without a deeply shared belief in the fundamental importance of the work we do here at CSUMB, so I want to thank you for that and add my thanks to those of Bonnie and Scott. Of course, we are only beginning the implementation process, but we will be in compliance with the EO by our deadline of fall 2019. More than 30 faculty members have been working on course redesign and new course development this summer to prepare the new curriculum. The link that I see between these two important events from the 2017-18 academic year, our faculty and staff vision retreat, and the process around implementation of EO 1100 and 1110, is that both spoke to the strength of our university community. Cesar Chavez once said, "We cannot seek achievement for ourselves and forget about progress and prosperity for our community. Our ambitions must be broad enough to include the aspirations and needs of others, for their sakes and for our own." That quote has relevance not just for our internal deliberations, but also for how we as a university relate to the communities around us. CSUMB is becoming an increasingly active partner with constituencies around our three-county service area. Our new programs speak to the aspirations and needs of the communities that we serve. Our prime example is our Master of Science Physician's Assistant program. It has been granted accreditation and is moving forward with preparations for its first 33-student cohort, which will begin classes next January. This program, the first of its kind at a CSU campus, has received an avalanche of applications. No doubt its inaugural class will be first-rate. The program has also received support from a long list of healthcare providers and programs around the Central Coast, who look forward to working with CSUMB to educate the next generation of primary healthcare providers. I commend our Health Sciences and Human Services Dean, Britt Rios-Ellis, and her entire team for the extraordinary effort to launch this program. Identifying a need, building alliances, educating students. It's a formula for successful community engagement. That same formula is at work in our South Monterey County Teacher Pathway Program, a collaboration between our university, Hartnell College, and school districts in the South County. As our Education Dean, Jose Luis Alvarado, pointed out, not only are we tapping into a promising pool of students who want to learn and work close to home, we're also creating local role models. Those new teachers can, in turn, inspire the next generation of students who will see a college education as a real possibility. And whether they come to CSUMB or go to another campus, their communities will benefit. The importance of this initiative was reinforced to me by the community dialogue on education that we held in King City last spring. It was a new venue for us, and we were a bit uncertain whether we would attract a good crowd. But the people did come, and it was clear why they did. They understand the importance of education, and they spoke, often with great emotion, about their aspirations for their children and for the schools they attend. The teachers who graduate from South Monterey County Pathway Program will be a vital resource in that effort. Congratulations to Dean Alvarado and his team. In discussing our work with our local communities, I would also like to point to the contributions of two programs that reach out in different ways. In its first year, the Salinas Center for Arts and Culture, under the able leadership of Professor Enid Baxter Rice, is helping bring together the university and community through the arts. Looking ahead, I believe this cultural hub housed at CSUMB at Salinas City Center will be an integral part of the continuing transformation of downtown Salinas. Congratulations, Professor Rice. I would also cite the progress being made by Bright Futures, the community-based collaboration focused on improving student outcomes from cradle to career. Program Director Cynthia Nelson-Homsky and her staff continue to work with a long list of local partners in education, business, and the nonprofit sector. This is a long-term effort, but all of us in the community are moving the needle on a number of measures of educational success. It is important to note that some of the most dramatic improvements are being made in low-income school districts. Congratulations, Cynthia Homsky, for the work that you're doing. We're confident that those improvements will be transformative both for individual students and for their communities. As we look ahead to our Silver Jubilee, our 25th anniversary, which we will be celebrating during the 2019-20 academic year. These initiatives show how we are becoming increasingly more effective in improving the life of our region. At the same time, the core of our mission remains unchanged, providing an accessible and rigorous education to the students in our classrooms. There is progress to note in this area as well. Along with our colleagues around the CSU, we're having a real impact on student success through our Graduation Initiative 2025. And I have to correct this script here. The accessible and rigorous education that we're providing our students doesn't just happen in our classrooms, it also happens in the co-curricular activities. Our graduation rates for both students who join us as freshmen and for transfer students continue to improve. In most measures, we are already closing in on our 2025 targets. For example, our sixth-year graduation rate for incoming freshmen has reached 59.3%. The 2025 goal that the CSU established for our campus is 63%. Similarly, we are within 4% of our 2025 goal for both the 4-year and 6-year graduation rates for transfer students. We have further to go on improving our 4-year graduation rate for freshmen and for closing the attainment gap for underrepresented minority students, but we are making progress. In fact, CSUMB is only one of 2 CSU campuses to get a green light for progress on all 6 measures of graduation rates. So congratulations to all of you. That's worthy of some applause. The statistics reflect the stories of individual students who are coming to CSUMB, succeeding, and going out to help build stronger communities around our state and nation. And their success, in turn, helps CSUMB succeed. We saw that play out earlier this year in the discussions in our state capitol around the CSU's budget. As you probably recall, Governor Jerry Brown's original budget for the upcoming fiscal year funded only a fraction of the CSU request. However, thanks to the CSU's lobbying effort, California's legislators heard plenty of personal stories of student success, along with plenty of supporting data. And they heard from students, from staff, from faculty, and from administrators. Without question, we are doing a better job graduating students. And those students aren't just data points. They are a diverse group of future leaders who can testify to the benefits of a CSU education. In the end, we received funding to continue to expand the graduation initiative and to support the hiring of more tenure-track faculty. The budget also, yes. The budget also provided a modest increase in our base funding and will help pay for increased cost of compensation and benefits. What the budget will not do, at least for this academic year, is allow us to grow our in-state enrollment. Any immediate enrollment increases will come through out-of-state and international students who pay the full cost of their educations and through our self-support programs. We hope, however, as our financial situation continues to improve and we continue to chip away at our budget shortfall, we will be able to offer more opportunities for in-state students in the near future. With that in mind, we continue to prepare to serve a growing student body. The past academic year was unique in that we held 2 groundbreaking ceremonies. The first was for Academic 3, our new home for much of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. The second was for our new Otter Student Union. Next year at this time, we will be moving into Academic 3, which will include classrooms, language learning and cinematic arts labs, an amphitheater, an art gallery, and a 200-seat film classroom, along with department and faculty offices. At last, Eileen and her team will have much of the college under one roof. Congratulations to them on that. I know it has been a long time coming. The new Otter Student Union will offer vastly expanded space for student activities and leadership development. It represents another vital step toward better meeting the diverse needs of all of our students. And I thank the students who voted themselves, endorsed them, taxing themselves for funding this new facility. Along those same lines, the new academic year will see new leaders in 2 key roles that directly serve students. Leslie Williams is our new Associate Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. Leslie, where are you? There. Leslie was previously Dean of Students at the University of Northern Iowa and also has served in student affairs leadership roles at universities in Rhode Island, Georgia, and Tennessee. Brian Corpening is our new Chief Diversity Officer and will oversee our Office of Inclusive Excellence. Brian? He comes to us from the University of Oklahoma Health Sciences Center, but he has deep roots in this area. He is part of a military family that was stationed in the Monterey Peninsula. As we continue work on our university strategic plan, his input will be invaluable in making sure it is both an inclusive and comprehensive document. I'm certain both he and Leslie will be great additions to the university and will make a real difference in the lives of our students. Looking back on other highlights of the past academic year, we held 3 commencement ceremonies, serving a record number of more than 2,300 graduates, as you heard earlier. I greatly appreciate the planning and hard work that went into this expansion of our commencement ceremonies. It helped make this event even more special for our graduates and their friends and family members who were able to attend. CSUMB joined with the Monterey Jazz Festival to launch an educational partnership that will allow our students, faculty, and staff to enjoy a variety of jazz performances and educational activities. And this was funded by a generous donor. this initiative. University personnel, that's UP for short, helped us restart the annual President's Award, which is presented at our annual Faculty and Staff Appreciation Breakfast in January. UP also completed the consolidation of all student employee functions within their office, which should make for a more efficient administration of that important aspect of student life. The WASC Accreditation Steering Committee, led by Fran Horvath and Jackie Grallo, did an outstanding job putting together our institutional self-study for our reaccreditation review. The report, of course, is a requirement of the accreditation process, and it also gives our university an opportunity to examine what we are doing and how to be more effective and intentional about our institutional goals in support of our mission. My thanks to all who participated in that effort. We continue to make progress on the important issue of tenure density. In fall 2017, we reached 50.8% in tenure density as calculated by the Chancellor's Office, a number that is up from 44.2% in 2016. The Provost will be leading the campus conversation on a tenure density plan with the Faculty Affairs Committee of the Senate, deans, and others as we seek to make additional progress. A number of our faculty members earned recognition within their fields. They include two of our professors in marine science, Cheryl Logan, who received a Fulbright Award to support her coral reef research off the Galapagos Islands, and her colleague Corey Garza, who was elected to the National Board of Directors of the Society for Advancement of Chicanos, Hispanics, and Native Americans in Science. Congratulations. Danielle Burchett in psychology received a newly established faculty award organized through Academic Senate for Excellence, Discovery, Creation, and Integration. Congratulations, Danielle. And hot off the press, mathematics professor Judith Kanner received the 2017-18 CSU Faculty Innovation and Leadership Award for her implementation of innovative practices and demonstrated leadership in improving student success. One of a small number of awardees selected from among 360 nominations across the CSU. Congratulations, Judith. Sylvia Turkin and Megan O'Donnell from Cinematic Arts and Technology participated in the Pixar Education Summit for Story Development at Pixar Animation Studios and will be bringing those skills to the classroom as they hope to open a pipeline for our students for internships and employment at Pixar. Congratulations. College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences lecturer Raquel Escamilla was a visiting scholar at the Library of Congress, Hispanic Division, where her poems were recorded for their Archive of Hispanic Literature on Tape collection. Congratulations, Raquel. In athletics, our Otter baseball team won the CCAA championships and earned a #1 seed in the NCAA West Regional Tournament. Meanwhile, golfer Elvis Svard was also a conference champion and advanced to the Division II National Tournament. Congratulations to all of you. Our athletes continued to do outstanding jobs in both the classroom and the community as well. Their graduation rate well exceeded both the NCAA Division II and conference averages, and they contributed more than 2,000 community service hours over and above their service learning hours, which placed us in the top 20 of all Division II schools in that category. Congratulations. On our next day of welcome, we will be beginning the celebration of our 25th anniversary, our Silver Jubilee. A few of you have been here since the creation. I was privileged to join you a bit more than 6 years ago. When CSUMB was beginning, a UCLA doctoral student named Sharon Sweeney Goldsmith was on campus to chronicle the events for her dissertation. These are some of her words. This is the story about people creating meaning and making sense of new realities as they interact to build a new public university for the 21st century. The women and men creating California State University, Monterey Bay are engaged in a complex, chaotic, and compelling process as they discover their own invention. Well, we're past the chaotic part by now. However, the task before us remains complex and compelling. And I believe the sense of discovery and invention that inspired the founders of CSUMB can continue to motivate us as we chart the path ahead. We have accomplished much, and we have much more to do. Thanks again to all of you for coming today and for the individual ways you make our university a better place. Please join us on the patio for refreshments and take this opportunity to welcome our new employees. Thank you.